Okay, this is Thomas from Brotaku, and I am interviewing.
Syrin Harte.
And what was the name of your panel? It was...
The first panel was Exploring the World of Thetis, and the second one was called Exploring the World of Thetis, the Deep.
Okay, and what inspired you to, do a Dragon Age themed panel?
I've always really liked Dragon Age. It's something that I feel like I'm knowledgeable enough and comfortable enough speaking about. And they said, hey, we'd like you to come as a guest, but we have a lot of cosplay panels already. Well, at the time I had been working on a Morgan cosplay, and I'm like, hey, why don't I speak about Dragon Age? Why don't I do a gaming panel, since I could tie the two together? And so that inspired me to do a Dragon Age Part 1 and Part 2 panel.
Okay, very cool. So was this the first time you did that panel?
This is actually the first convention I've ever done any panels at.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
It was a fun panel. I was surprised how many people showed up that had never played the games. Like initially I was the only one.
Yeah.
So what do you think of the convention as a whole? Did you get to kind of cruise around just as a regular guest a lot?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. My favorite part was the vendor's room. My favorite part of any convention is always the vendor's room, so I'm a little bit biased.
I was glad to see it get a lot more crowded in there for the vendors, because it was like, when I first got here it was really slow, but it was like early in the morning, so I wasn't entirely surprised. But later in the afternoon it actually got really busy around here. So...
One thing I was really glad to see at this convention, well actually I should say two things, was they had a lot of kid-friendly, they had stuff like Kids at Cons, and they had like the Monster Mash.
Right.
And then they have another cosplayer doing things with resins and thermoplastics. That's not, I don't see stuff like that enough. And it made me really, really happy to actually see somebody teaching other cosplayers how to work with materials, and to see a convention doing stuff with children at cons. I don't think cons promote like children being like, they're future cosplayers. We need them to like do stuff.
And it even helps older people like me that have never done any of that stuff but want to get into it as well. And not even for just children, but the convention as a whole, everyone, not just staff or like the people they brought in as guests, but the actual attendees. Everyone was really nice, really inclusive. I didn't really meet anybody that had like a serious attitude or anything, which can be a problem at certain cons.
Yeah, that always makes me sad. I'm like, you had to start somewhere too. Like, we can't all come out perfect. Like, start out perfectly cosplaying.
So overall, you had a pretty good experience at this one?
I did. I was really happy. I'm really happy that I came here and started doing panels here.
Very cool. Did you have any other closing thoughts?
No, I'm really glad, and I hope that they invite me back next year. I would love to improve my panel and come back next year and do this.
All right, very cool. Thank you very much.